Oh,
Hello.
Hi, kids up front. I am Nathania.
I'm Jackie.
And we are from Affair of Honor, and we're going to do another part of the Staged Combat series that we're part of.
Absolutely. If this is your first time, welcome. If you've been following, welcome back. We're really excited to share some more stuff with you today. So today, we really wanted to focus on building a little sequence of choreography we can work on together. And we're going to focus a lot on mostly punches and like how to block these punches safely.
Yeah, we're working on contact. So this is going to be a new skill. Most of the things that we've tried has, well, I guess there's a contact and other stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, pushing
but, like,
and such.
Pushing and such, but like, especially when it comes to punches, it's like we can actually interact with these punches for like blocks. So the first thing we're going to do is called a pat block. So what's going to happen is Jackie is going to give me a punch that's going to be at a distance, just so we can practice that for just right now. And what's going to happen is she's a little offline, so she's not, the illusion is great because it looks like it's coming right to my face, but she's just a little bit off just in case. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to block the punch. So what's going to happen is Jackie's going to give me a cue, and I'm just going to meet her forearm, which is exciting. Now, if you've ever done martial arts, sometimes what you'll end up giving is a type of a ridge or something like that when you're blocking. But because we're doing staged combat and we're trying to mimic the storytelling of this, what we're going to do, so we can do it over and over and over again, is we're going to give the flats of our arms. We're going to give the medius part, the muscles of the arms, so that we don't meet ridge to ridge, which would be very martial. But we're going to be doing more storytelling, and we want to do it over and over again for a show. So we need to make sure that we're not going to end up getting bruises on our arms. So Jackie's going to give a punch. I'm going to do a little pat block. So just like almost patty cake. So we're just going to meet in the middle and a little pat, right? So it's going to look like she has attempted a punch and missed. Great. So you can do a crossbody, or if Jackie's going to punch again, I can just do an open one, which is the same arm to arm, right? So we're going to do that one more time. And if Jackie decides to do 2 punches in a row, boom, I can cross body, or I can go one hand. Or you can look like you can have your hand behind your back if you want to do this. Or you're like, what we can do is, you can do different kind of patterns. So for example, I can be like, hey, Jackie, why don't we do like, how many punches do you want to do?
Let's do 3 punches.
Okay, and are you going to do right, left, or do you want to do right,
I'm going to go right, left, right for now.
Oh, alternating, great. So then if we're going to go right, left, right, I can decide which hands that I can do as a different pattern. So with that one, I went crossbody, open, and then I opened again, because it depends on maybe what I want to do is I'm already here, so then maybe I can throw my own punch, and Jackie can pat block this way. And look, you can actually pat block using the other side. Great. So some of the safeties, because we're showing you what we did, is if Jackie can show.
Yeah, as the person punching, what I always want to remember when I'm throwing these punches to help remember not to give these like owie ridges part of my hand is I want to think that I'm holding an ice cream cone. Now, if I have an ice cream cone, I don't want to hold the ice cream cone like this, because all the ice cream will fall off. So hold the ice cream cone straight up and down. So when you throw that punch, you're giving that nice, soft area of your forearm for your partner to connect with. What Nathania is also doing is making sure she always has something that we like to call the flippers of safety. And what we mean by that is that when we come into pat, the shape of our hand is nice and flat. My thumb isn't sticking out in front. It's not open like this when we come to grabs. We might get to that later. But we always want to keep our hands nice and soft and flat. They're not rigid and hard, because if Nathania was to block with a hard, rigid hand, if you've ever like clapped with your hands really stiff, it hurts a little bit, right? So they're nice and flat and safe, but they're also not full of tension and creating an owie feeling. Nice and soft. You can practice that on yourself. Just a nice.
I mean, I say that, and one of the reasons too why we hide our thumbs is like hospital, makes an H, and no hospital, just because thumbs are easy to kind of get caught and stuff like that when we're playing. So right now, when we're doing this stuff for stage combat, this is one of our safeties: is we tuck our thumbs in. Yeah. All right. So with the ice cream cone as well, if I wanted to block Jackie from behind, I'm able to, because she's also giving me the flats of her arms here. So that way I can also do on the outside, right?
Mhm.
Which is really fun. How is that, Jackie?
That's
For
great.
pressure? Sometimes some people are okay with a little bit of a contact. Sometimes people are like, oh, that's a little bit hard.
Yeah.
So let's go a little bit lighter. So remember, always communicating with your partners.
Mhm.
So Jackie was alternating, and we decided to go right across, open. I'm going to open on this side. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to punch with my other hand, and we're going to do an ice cream. Ugh. So what's really nice for both of us, here's another safety, we're avoiding the joints. So
Yeah.
Jackie goes, boom. I'm never going right into the middle of here because that's not very good. Also, I'm not going for the wrist joint either.
Mhm.
Right? I'm going right in the middle just to protect all these really, really delicate, like if you see here, oh my goodness, it's very, very delicate. You can even see, if you look at your own hand, you can see your bones and how delicate they are. So again, nice muscle part. Great, sweet. So we did that. So if Jackie decided to do maybe 2 punches to the right and then 1 punch to the left, so she went punch, punch, and then through, and she crossed on a few of those, right? It creates all different kinds of patterns, right?
Mhm.
So I could go open, and then I can open again, and then open on this side, right? It's the same thing that Jackie did, but what ended up happening was I just kept it open. Instead of crossing the body, because that's a little bit different for what Jackie has to do. Punch, punch, right? So those are different ways that you can create different parts of choreography.
Mhm.
So the choreography that we decided to just kind of put together, how we doing?
Oh, we're good on time. I just wanted to pin it out there. If anybody ever has any comments or questions, feel free to throw those into the chat.
Mhm.
I am checking as frequently as I can. Nothing but StreamYard comments there. Perfect.
Mhm.
But don't hesitate if you're stuck.
Yeah, and we'll help you out. So what's going to happen is Jackie is going to do a few punches, and I'm
Mhm.
going to do a few blocks.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with 4 alternating punches. It's going to go right, left, right, left.
And is anything crossing through the midline?
No, all 4 of these punches are straight over the respective shoulders. So my right is going over Nathania's left shoulder, and my left is going over Nathania's right shoulder.
So what I'm going to decide to do is I'm going to go cross, I'm going to use both hands, and then I'm going to go open, open. So I'm going to go with my right hand, right, left, and I'm going to cross, cross. Then on here, Jackie is going to go here. I'm going to go open.
Oh, sorry, to stay open.
Open.
So I'll cross on the one.
Yeah, so we're going to actually
So
cross. Sorry. That
what
was
I
nice.
said was incorrect now, so I'm going to go open, open, cross, cross.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. It happens sometimes in choreography. We did this earlier. So what's going to happen is it's going to go open, open. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Cross, cross, sorry. Cross, cross, and then open, open.
Mhm.
Yeah, do you see that? So I'm going to go cross, cross, and then from here I'm going to open that and open it.
For the punchers, it's the opposite. We're open, open, cross, cross.
Okay. So then from there I'm going to do that one more time. Oh, I did that wrong.
Cross, cross.
Cross, cross. So right. So cross, cross. Jackie's coming this way. Open, open. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was a little bit okay. Nice. So nice and slow. We're going to do this slowly again. Sorry, we went a little fast. Can we go slow?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So Jackie's going to go slowly. I'm going to pat off on the cross. Cross. Jackie's going to cross and try and go again for this part of my face.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go, no. And then she's going to come and try and go for this part of the face. And I'm going to go, no. Okay. So that was nice and slow.
Mhm.
Yay.
One of the best things that I appreciate of being able to go slow is up top. You can't really see my legs right now, so I'm going to step back just a little bit more. I'm not just throwing punches and my legs are looking like this. If you pay attention to my lower body, I can actually start to engage these punches so it looks like I've got a little more weight going behind them. Because a punch shouldn't just be with the upper body. It's a full body experience. And if you practice these things slow, you can build in these habits like rotating your hips and throwing your hips into your punches to help fill that story.
But also
Power.
kind of like the storytelling too of just the legs in general.
Mhm.
Like look at a person punching like this, and then Jackie, if you can just stand up a little bit straighter
Mhm.
and then punch from there, you can even tell that there's not very much power. It's just a little different. Maybe you don't know why, but it is because there's no engagement here. Sometimes when you see really good fighters, they're down here, right? And they're like really down low, like
Close to the ground.
very close to the ground, which is another storytelling technique of showing different types of levels
Mhm.
of fighter that you can be, right? So We're gonna add on. We're gonna go, we just went.
Dropped our camera a little bit
Jackie. We're gonna go, we went cross, cross. Now we're gonna go open. On this open, I'm gonna step through. And then what Jackie's going to do, she's going to go for this target because I'm trying to change the line.
So my left hand just punched, so I'm gonna punch with my right hand now because it's free.
I'm going to cross block.
Boom.
So how does a cross block work? What's end up happening is Jackie's giving me again that really nice flats of her arms, and I'm just coming in and just meeting the backs of the my arms as well, where there's a lot more meat. So I'm trying not to meet her with any of my ridge. I'm just going cross down here. Okay. Then from here, what's going to happen is I'm going to come in and I'm going to go in for a shot to the nose, and that's going to be like so. So we need to make sure for our angle, because you see, remember, if you haven't been here before, our safety is going to be this distance, if you can see. I stop my fist here, right? So you go, oh my gosh, that doesn't look real.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the whole magic of stage combat. What happens is I'm the attacker, I do an action, and then Jackie will do the reaction, and together what we'll do as storytelling is we're gonna make it look like it hits. But how do we do that, Jackie?
So for everyone at home, we're showing you this way intentionally so you can see that Nathania's not actually striking me in the face. What we're gonna have to do, and Nathania was talking about as she was moving around and starting to pivot for that, when she defends that last strike and starts to move, I need to step around again. So now Nathania's gonna do the move, and it's gonna be a little bit harder for you to see at home, just because now for this setup, if Nathania goes through with her strike, it sells for you there because her fist is covering my face and you can't see all the space in between.
But this is exactly how much space Jackie
If we
sees.
don't move.
That's how much space is in between us, the safety space. But there
Force
it is. There you go. So again, what we're gonna do is we kind of start on a little bit of an angle towards our audience, which is you all.
Maybe a little more space.
And then we're gonna go cross, cross, open, open. Jackie comes in for that hit, and I can even open up a little bit for audience here, so they can see this cross block when I go here. Right? So it's good reaction. Jackie, do you want to just go quickly over?
Oh yes, saving our necks when we're taking direct strikes to the head. We never want to just throw our necks back because that will give us whiplash. Even if you can do it once or twice, it's really hard on the neck. This is a very delicate joint. So what I like to do when I'm taking a strike to the face is I curl my shoulders up. I'll bring my chin down to my chest, just like you'll remember we were doing when we were doing our sit falls last week. Sorry, 2 weeks ago. And I will pull my shoulders and neck back as a unit, and I'll pull my hips forward. So you get the idea that a strike has hit here because we have the lower half of my body moving forward, but my neck is never just snapping back on its own. So at speed, the action will look like this.
Nice.
See how my head didn't whip back? I'm using the muscles of my shoulders and all down my back to support all the way up my neck because I'm not letting it flick back because that's what's going to hurt the neck eventually.
And then, so for us, that was the reaction. For the action, what I ended up doing was I crossed to make sure my right hand was on top. Because I can do it with it at the back too. It doesn't really matter. I find that if it's on top, it's just easier for me to roll up and hit. So I'm going to go here. And if you look here, what's going to happen with this arm, it just goes, it makes almost like it comes up and it stops right here. Yeah. So I don't go all the way through just because I might hit my friend. Right here I go and I stop. So I use that pane of glass and I just make sure to go. And there's a little bit of a reverb that I do with my hand to look like I've done a big hit.
Because we know our distance here, I think Nathania's like good when she comes up, boom. She's almost got a nice 90-degree for her elbow. So she knows she's not ever overextending past that shape. And I feel quite confident as a partner that it's not going to come to pace.
Yeah. Nice. So we're going to do that one more time. How are we doing for time, Jackie?
We're good. We're going. We'll get there.
Great. Sweet. So we're going to add on. So we just went cross, cross, open, open, change the line. We're going to show off
in for that.
this little bit of choreo here. I'm going to turn in and punch this way and do that back fist. From here, because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take the opportunity to go for another punch.
I'm gonna come in with a
Down.
pat block this time. Poof. Stepping out of the way.
From here, I'm like, no,
Once
I'm gonna
more.
open up.
Boom. I've shifted again. This time I patted open with my, cross with my right hand. So we're here.
And then we're gonna do a big bind.
Yes. So what's gonna happen here? Let's use, you know what? Change my mind. For that last attack, bring both hands in, just because it looks a little more fun. So both hands are gonna come up again. My palms are facing my face, so I'm using the nice meaty parts of my hand to come in. I'm not connecting, she's wearing a sweater, but I'm not connecting with Nathania's elbow. I'm connecting nice and tight, so I'm only hitting the meaty part of her. I'm not hitting
Yeah, you
elbow
don't want
and
to
wrist.
hit elbow or wrist because you will hurt your partner.
So nice and close together. So from here, I can use both my hands, and all I'm gonna do is use Nathania's hand to draw a circle, down and away. So now that she's nice and open, I'm gonna use my right hand to come in, and I'm gonna do something called a ridge strike, and it looks like this. So what that was, from this block here, let's angle a little bit so we can show off some magic. Boom, 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 boom. We're working together here. Nathania's giving me like a little bit of pressure, but she's not fighting me and trying to move her arm, because
This is what this will look like. If I fight my partner and they're supposed to do a movement, we kind of look like, we're not working together. Because especially with this kind of fight style, these two fighters are very intelligent. So what they'll do is try to use each other's energy. So if Jackie's caught me and trying to do this, what I might try to do is come for something here because I'm like, oh, I feel this energy. I'm going to try and come in for a strike. But Jackie's, in our storytelling, is way too fast. So she's coming in, I'm coming in, boom. Oh my gosh, I just got hit in the head, right? So how she ends up doing that is she's going to turn it over.
Down and around. My right hand is now already on top. And so from here, I have that same 6 to 8 inches away from Nathania's face. If I cheat my angle a little bit here just so you can see. And just like you would cast a fishing pole or throwing a frisbee, right? You don't throw past and through. I'm aiming at the plants over Nathania's shoulders. So we kept talking about the parrot's parrot. If Nathania had a parrot and that parrot had a parrot, that's where I want to point my hands at the end of this. So for this strike, again, just kind of like our flippers of safety, my hand is nice and flat. This is the shape of my hand. And as I shoot it out, I'm landing on the parrot
all that space
with the 6 to 8 inches out there.
Look at all that space. And Jackie is very, very it comes straight out from the body. She's making sure it's just in line with her body instead of crossing both of our bodies. Because what ends up happening is she will hit me because we're on the same plane. So you want to make sure there's a lot of space there and you'll always stop. So let's actually do a few of those together. I'm going to come up and I'm just going to make sure that when I finish my strike, I'm going to point and I'm going to make sure that it's just going to go right behind Jackie and my energy doesn't go through Jackie.
Yeah.
Because that's a different story. So I'm going to go, ha! All right, 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Good. And then Jackie's going to do one to me. Great. So if you want to just see it from the side, this is what it looks like. Can you see how much I'm bringing my energy through and then I'm stopping my hand like 6 to 8 inches. So if you want to practice that, it takes a lot of good control. And you don't want to slow down. So what Jackie was talking about is I'm not going and then stopping. I'm still throwing my energy past Jackie and then I'm stopping. So I'm like, and then I can go as fast and still have that energy. So if Jackie yells a bit because I'm a little shorter. Right? I'm not going through. I'm not trying to hold and stop it as close as I can. I'm actually going as fast as I can, but what I'm doing is I'm putting my energy towards you in the computer. Cool.
Yeah.
So
nice. Quick little time check. We've got 30 seconds. Really quick. Let's review the whole choreography.
Let's do the whole choreo. So we go cross, cross, open, open from here.
Oh, that gut punch.
Rolling back fist.
Oh, no.
From here, I'm gonna open,
Double arm
open,
block. Push it down.
and
to
I'm
the
gonna
side.
inside. And a quick thing for the side of the head, again, it's the same principle, but what I'm doing is I'm bringing the side of my body to make it look like I'm getting hit, but I'm not just throwing my neck.
Yeah.
It's the side of my body. And the side of my body is coming in to help with that movement. So if you go back into our videos, because we don't have very much time, one of the things that you'll do with this choreo is you're going to do your slow work and then fighting the ghost. So if you look at our day one, or if you just need a review because you've been here before, reviews are always good. These are all basics, so you get to do them over and over again, and then you can like build on good foundations. But yeah, you get to see how we practice choreography and how, like, because we blasted through this pretty fast. But now you'll have tools in the other episodes to show you how to keep practicing that choreography very safe, and also if you don't have a partner.
Yeah, if you're alone.
So thank you so much. If you have any questions, let us know. We are going to be here again next week, which is great. We have 2 more lessons after this, so tune in and we'll do more fun stuff like this.
Yeah. See you next time. Till then, fight safe.
Fight safe. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.